Well, at the same time, Embattled North West Premier Supra Mahumpelo is leading his supporters, including church leaders, in a march for peace in Mahikeng. But the South African Council of Churches has distanced itself from the march. The march follows violent protests by some communities in the past month demanding Mahumapelo step down. Members of the community across the province earlier flocked to the Mabato parking lot to march over to the Munchiwa Stadium. The purpose of the march is to bring peace, reconciliation and renewal in the province. The march, being attended by ANC and PC members in the Northwest, is also being attended by leaders from church denominations. The march comes after residents in the province embarked on violent protests demanding Premier Mahumapelo resign. During the protest, shops belonging to foreign nationals were looted and government buildings were also torched. Let's get an update now on that march. We crossed our reporter Olebogeng Kgosilentswe. She's live for us in Mahikeng. Olebogeng, good afternoon to you. So how far along are we with this march, and are we seeing the same numbers for this march as we saw with yesterday's protest by Nahawu?
Good afternoon once more, Natasha. Well, we cannot draw comparisons between this march and yesterday's Nahawu march in that the numbers vary quite extensively. I mean, yesterday we were estimating about 5,000 to 6,000 people. Here we're talking of about 300 or slightly over there. So we really cannot draw parallels between this march and yesterday's march. Also looking at the fact that police presence is not so heavy as it was yesterday. Also, just to highlight of importance, Natasha, is that speaking to the provincial police, we have established that they were not consulted or not part of the consultative process that usually takes place when a march is being organized. So usually the application will be handed over to the municipality. The municipality will then call various stakeholders, including police, to strategize on safety measures and other emergency measures should a need arise. But we understand that the police were not consulted at all, and there are sentiments in the air that this march may not be legal. Of course, that has not been verified because we've been struggling throughout the morning to communicate with the Mahikeng local municipality. And as far as where the march is, it has arrived at Munchiwa Stadium. We've only seen one PEC member. The man in question, the Premier, the chairperson of the ANC in the province, is not here, and he will not be attending at any given point throughout the day. We understand that he has had to rush to a meeting elsewhere. So the people that are representing him today are the ANC Women's League, ANC Youth League, and the different church members that are here. Natasha?
All right, so now that they've arrived at the stadium, what's their plan for the rest of the march?
Well, it's really just every member of the various structures that I have mentioned coming forward and giving a message of support. This march has undertones really of, rather than prayer, support for Supra Mahumpelo, because speaker after speaker has been steadfast, hell-bent, if you may put it, on reiterating their support for Premier as the leader of the province. And, we've heard sentiments such as hands off Supra, Pagama Supra, stay out of the way, Sambata. You know that Sambata of the SACP has been at the helm of the call for the Premier to resign. So it's quite a full-on support for the Premier. Natasha?
All right, Olebogeng, thanks so much for that. We'll leave it there. Olebogeng Kgosilentswe live for us with an update on that march in Mahikeng.